And now that I'm thinking about it, I would have done the same thing. Y'all get all this money, y'all make all this money, but y'all can't help the people that's helping you make all this money because you're gaining the money from us, right? So why is it that you can't give back? What's up, YouTube? Today we back with another video, y'all. Today we back with another video. Today we gonna be watching They Need to Arrest Her and Lock Up Already. Now who we talking about? We gotta figure this out together, and we gonna figure it out together. With that being said, make sure you hit that like button, help me get me in the algorithm. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it if you do. That being said, let's get right to the video, y'all.
Girl mayor, well, ex-mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard, is back. I'm not sure if you guys remember her. We made a lot of videos about her in 2024 before she lost her seat and got voted out as mayor after essentially
Okay, so we're talking about the mayor here. Okay.
stealing all the people's money.
Now, if you're not familiar with this situation, we're gonna get familiar with this situation because I'm familiar with the situation. But we're gonna see what he gotta say.
If you guys don't remember her, let me just catch you up, okay? So this woman became mayor of, I think, Dalton Township in Illinois. And the second she became mayor, she began spending these folks' money like it was going out of style, man. Buying luxury SUVs for herself, taking $100,000 trips.
Flew in nationally known R&B singer Kiki Wyatt to headline the Taste of Thornton Township last month. There were other performers plus daytime events for kids, but given the fury over Tiffany Henyard's spending, we were curious what the event cost. WGN Investigates obtained the bills through open records laws. They show Kiki Wyatt was paid $30,000 for a 30-minute performance. Rapper Jay Holiday made $20,000 for a half-hour set. Other costs, including comedians, bounce houses, staff, and equipment, add $35,000. Meaning this single-day event cost South suburban taxpayers more than $85,000.
So she spent almost $86,000, bro.
The worst part about wasting the city's money like that is only 65 people showed up.
I was slapped.
What? So you spent almost $86,000 and only that amount of people
Forgassed it. I was pissed off.
should be.
That's my money. That's the people's money.
That was a flop. It might have been approximately 65 to 70 people there.
We out here at Taste of Thornton. Yeah, keep raining, but it's still going on. Right now they got the comedians up there.
When she says they got the comedian up there, you could look and see nobody was out front. The comedians were performing, but nobody was there watching. But, her spending didn't just stop at community events. Because all of this, to be honest, I've seen it as self-promotion, right? She plastered her face on all these events. But then she began to spend like money on herself personally that had nothing to do with community events or something for the community.
But what she rarely publicizes are her travels, trips frequently paid for by taxpayers.
If you want to have a good time, spend your own dime.
Despite being a trustee, this is the first time Tammy Brown has been able to see the village's credit card statements, records we had to get through a judge's order.
When you see things like this, it's like a punch in the gut.
Last January, we told you Tiffany Henyard and her entourage racked up more than $67,000 in travel-related charges in just 5 months. But that's just what was charged to Thornton Township credit cards, where she's the supervisor. When you add in what was billed to Dalton, trips for Mayor Henyard and her entourage cost taxpayers more than $100,000. We questioned Henyard about travel last fall.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
He caught you in a lie. It's loading. It's loading. He's trying to figure out what to say. It's loading, y'all.
What is that?
No comment.
No
You don't know if
comment.
you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
They were flying first class, having filet mignon, throwing parties. while people were back home in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Illinois, starving, right, having their utilities turned off.
How things were done in Dalton is costing taxpayers dearly. Records we obtained show the village leased 3 luxury SUVs for Henyard's use at a cost to residents of more than $374,000. Back to those Dalton credit cards. They include nearly $25,000 charged in 5 months without explanation to places like Walmart, Target, and Jewel. There was $5,000 spent at local restaurants and Uber Eats. And Tiffany Henyard's personal photographer charged the village $3,400.
He got paid over like
You paying your photographer $3,000?
$300,000 a year. Just outrageous. The people ultimately voted her out, though. Like, once it was time to vote her out, she got voted out. She didn't go down without a fight. She screamed foul. You know, she screamed that it was illegal how they did her, et cetera, et cetera. But
what y'all think? Let me know in the comments, y'all, what she did was illegal. If y'all think she didn't do what she did wasn't illegal, let me know in the comments, y'all. I feel like what she did was really messed up.
Eventually, she got voted out. A federal investigation started, and it's still ongoing at this particular moment. They had like I think Mayor Lightfoot, who came in and investigated it and found that there was some illegal spending going on. So ultimately, this is a disgraced, scamming ex-mayor. But who would think that she'll be doing interviews in 2025 and trying to rewrite history? I just watched her interview with the Big Facts Network.
This channel, we get right to the point, so we're gonna get right to that.
With facts, people just talking because they don't like someone. I want people this time around to actually go do your research. Then you can speak with facts and not fictional.
Well, one thing that I've heard from a lot of people is that a lot of people are saying that people keep voting for Democrats or keep voting Democrat, but the Democrats aren't doing anything for the Black community.
That's true.
So
I live.
Point.
That's true.
You lived it. You mean
I lived it?
Yeah, you lived it because you were the Democrat that got elected by the people on promises and ain't do a goddamn thing. I thought Tiffany was gonna be honest for the first time in her life. Cause like coming to find out, I was 100% wrong.
Because I am a Democrat. I ran as a Democrat.
100%.
And if you go check my voting record, that's what I always pull, a Democrat ballot. And Democrats really need some help. And I'm here to say it proudly that a lot of them don't belong in the seats that they're in.
Including you. You don't belong in the seat you was in. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong.
Residents have to really research them and stop listening because they say they're a Democrat don't mean they for you. They're normally for themselves. You have to really pay attention and change the narrative that we see right now.
This conversation is like Jeffrey Epstein teaching sex ed in school. Imagine bringing Jeffrey Epstein for him to explain, hey, you can't go to creepy houses. There are old men there who are gonna try to take advantage of you. You can't drink too much when you go certain places because these creepy old men are gonna try to take advantage of you. You know,
I ain't gonna lie, he be a little dragging. He be dragging a little.
Right now, Republicans are doing a good job to me. This is my opinion.
No, of course.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Everyone has their own opinion.
What, when, where. I'm only speaking because I lived it by me being a Democrat, and my very own is the ones that was attacking me.
Right.
And they're Democrats.
Right.
So make it make sense. And then once they got the seat, they did nothing for the people. So.
And you mean the seat back home where you're
back
from?
Back home in Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah, in Illinois, yes.
Her explanation for why she don't consider herself one of those bad Democrats who took the seat and didn't do nothing for the people. So Tiffany thinks that, I guess because she did a food drive, again, with her face plastered all over the food drive on the bags, to let people know this is her. She's the one doing this for them, even though she's taking the taxpayer money to do it. So her reasoning for why she believes she did something for the people is she put on food drives while at the same time spending hundreds of thousands of dollars of the people money on them.
Didn't he just say that? Literally, didn't he just repeated that?
And I have a song called To Feed the People.
To feed the people.
Yes. So they're starving the people and feeding the board. My song go, I'm starving the board, I'm feeding the people. And that's what I did. I've always fed the people. You put the people first,
right.
You will always succeed.
Right. Before you got here today, I was doing my research on you, and I seen you back home doing a food drive.
Yes.
And when she said she was feeding the people, Miss Ma'am was really out there feeding the people. And just to back her up a little bit, you said that the political figures here don't have their boots on the ground. I will say I saw her boots.
She is giving too much. She's giving Tiffany a lot. Well, let me back you up a little bit. You yamming right now. You're yamming. Tiffany right now. Relax, mama. Relax.
On the ground, honey. She was handing out eggs, turkeys. Like you didn't have your assistants out there. I didn't see no volunteers. I didn't even see no security. I don't know if you had security, and then it was lines of cars. Correct. It looked like thousands of cars that pulled up.
By the way, why she began to answer that security question and then stop is because she spent the most money I think any mayor has ever spent on security and the police. So Tiffany Henyard had a private security like from the police force. So the city's police that's already understaffed was having 5 to 6 police officers follow Tiffany around 24/7 around the clock, even waiting outside of her home. Bro, one police officer I think had about like 30 hours, like 30 overtime hours on one paycheck. Tiffany Henyard apparently cost the taxpaying citizens hundreds of thousands of dollars in police salary because she felt like her life was in danger or she felt like she wasn't safe. Because after she stole the people's money, it got national attention and people were coming to do stories on her. And because she didn't want to answer their questions or she wanted to kind of like shoot them off, she had the police chief assign her multiple police officers to follow her around and wait outside of her home as the mayor. Which is why as soon as this election was over, she got out of town and ran to Atlanta.
Right, it is. We feed thousands of people every year. We have the largest food pantry in the state of Illinois. And basically now that people have taken over the food pantry, now they're not feeding the people.
No.
They only giving a turkey. When you came and ate from me, your super mayor, I gave you greens, beans, potatoes, yams, you name it, it's in the...
She's corny for that. I give you green tea and you name it. Like she really try to go
box. But now they suffering. And that hurts my heart because that's not what public service stands for. It's all about giving back and making a way for those that can't make a way. And then making sure that people understand.
So I get her knowledge and her mindset and her concept of the whole situation. So she feels like she did the right thing because she took it upon herself to spend their money, the government's money and stuff like that, to feed the people. So her mind, she did the right thing, y'all. And now that I'm thinking about it, I would have done the same thing. Y'all get all this money, y'all make all this money, but y'all can't help the people that's helping you make all this money because you're gaining the money from us, right? So why is it that you can't give back? Starting to see why she did that.
How to grow from...
Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments.
Where they are. Right. Because a lot of people are content with staying where they are, and I'm not. I always want growth. You should learn something every single day. You're never too old, too young to learn something new.
Have you reached out to the people that took when you stepped down and somebody take over the pantry back in Illinois?
Well, I didn't step down. I lost my seat over in Illinois, and basically it's a different person that stole the election. So all the stuff that...
So the election is crazy because, I mean, even though you did what you did, and I get you, I guess I would have done the same thing, but I get it. But you dragged it a little bit.
I will say this about Trump, that Trump states fake news, election rigging, stealing seats, it is happening. Because it's happening in Illinois. And I was right there to see it at the caucus in December of 2024, where a person came and stole the election. They didn't even let the people in to vote.
What? Fishing.
Yes, it was voter suppression at its worst.
She's fishing. She's doing a lot of that.
The news covered it. They saw it all. But guess what? No one did anything.
She's comparing herself to Donald Trump is crazy.
People signed affidavits saying they wanted their vote to count. Did not count. and that person just stole the seat.
Those are very shocking revelations. So
Yes.
what can we do about that?
Well, the people got to stand up. They got to take a stance, and they can't go mute. They have to come together as a whole, not just 1, 2, 3, 100, 200. It has to be thousands of people to take a stance against corruption, against election rigging. That's why it's a lot of things that Trump say. He's right on point.
Right.
Because I've seen it and I lived it.
I want to go back a little bit about the stealing of the seats back home. So
now she a Trump supporter.
you're saying the person who's in office now back in your city where you came from, you don't think he got that position fair and square?
And I know he did not get that seat fair and square.
Okay.
I know that for a fact because
said, "I don't
my name
think
was
I
part
know."
of being chosen as the supervisor, and several other people that want to put their name in the hat. A caucus. A caucus is where people go and they have one day where the residents come out and they can vote for who they want to place on the ballot. That's how they used to do it way back yonder.
Right.
And now they brought that same thing back, and they had people in the building that was not registered to vote, did not live in Thornton Township, and basically they was in there voting. And that's what I mean by what Trump's saying is true. That is happening in the Democrat Party.
Oh
She got her
my
own medicine delivered to her, to be
God.
honest. Like, when she
Pretty much the end of the video, because he's gonna do a lot of talking. All right, it's the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like I said, I kind of feel like why she did it. I would have done it. I'm working for the government. I'm gonna spend their money while I spend mine, you know? That's just my opinion, you know? That being said, give this video a thumbs up. If you like it, help me get me in the algorithm. I appreciate all my new subscribers, like I said. And I will be back with another reaction video. Let me know in the comments also if y'all want me to react to some videos. Drop some videos down in the comments below. That being said, I'm out to the next